Dr. Elsie Reyes Cook. Did you know that 155,252 died daily without Jesus? That's almost 2 people eternally lost every second of the day. And most of these people come from unreached people groups. How many unreached people groups are there in the world? According to missiologists, there are 9,600 unreached people groups in the world. Unreached people groups, or UPG, refers to an identifiable group of people distinguished by distinct culture, language, or social class who lack a community of Christians able to evangelize the rest of the people group without outside help. So basically, an unreached people group is it's a community, it's a tribe. There may be one believer there, but that person doesn't have the ability to reach out to evangelize the rest of the tribe. Our job as believers is to make disciples out of those peoples. When God commanded us, make disciples of all nations, this is exactly what He is saying. We are to make disciples in those 9,600 unreached people groups. Unfortunately, most missionaries are not working among the unreached. A graphic representation of this great imbalance is represented in the chart that I'm showing you. As you can see, approximately 80% of all missionaries are serving among the already reached 9,700 people groups. 20% of missionaries are making an effort to reach out to the 6,900 unreached people groups across the world. This great imbalance is true in the case of India. Next to China, India is the second most populous country in the world, and it is also home to one of the biggest unreached religious blocs, the Hindus. It comprises 17.7% of the world's population. 90% of the 2,379 people groups in India are unreached. So in this chart, you will see the blue pie represents 90% of unreached people groups, and the orange pie represents the 2% of India's population categorized as Christians. In reality, however, this 2% here that we see are not really strong Christians. In India, Christians are divided into unreached, minimally reached, superficially reached, partially reached, and significantly reached. The unreached are those who identify as Christians, but in reality, they have no or little history of Christianity. Then you have the minimally reached. They identify as Christians but are non-practicing Christians. Superficially reached are the ones who have a form of religion, but they don't have a relationship with Jesus. Next category is partially reached Christians in India. They are those who identify as Christians and has modest presence. They're trying, but they're not very consistent in their Christian life. And finally, you have the significantly reached believers, who are those who have established significant Christian witness and presence in their community. The biggest chunk out of the 2% are the nominal Christians, or those who are what you call minimally reached. In the church in India, there's work that needs to be done. More than 2,000 years ago, Jesus talked about the reality of this great imbalance. Matthew 9:37-38. Jesus said to his disciples, "The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Ask the Lord of the harvest, therefore, to send out workers into his harvest field." The harvest is ripe. The harvest has been ripe for so many years, for thousands and thousands of years. Even during the time of Jesus, he already saw that the harvest is ripe. In fact, a lot of them are being being harvested by the wrong groups, by people who don't even know Jesus. They're going to this other religions and other Eastern religions that will not save them. But you and I has been entrusted with the gospel of peace, with the gospel of reconciliation. We have been called to be witnesses to the unreached people groups, to make disciples of all nations. All nations means people groups. And that is our calling. Jesus commanded us in Matthew, ask the Lord of the harvest that he may send forth laborers. But laborers to be effective has to be trained. It is for this reason that MTSO was born. MTSO, or Missionary Training School Online, aims to reach the nations through online missions training. MTSO was created in response to the need to train laborers into and in the mission field. Why MTSO? I'll give you 7 reasons why. First, it is very accessible. I designed the program to be synchronously available to anyone in the world as long as you have internet connectivity. Number 2, it's very affordable. For the entire 1-year program, students are only charged a technology fee of $150. All the courses by itself are free. Third is it's very kingdom focused. We just want trained people to be kingdom workers, and we are passionate about advancing the kingdom. Third is biblically focused. All the principles that you will learn through the different courses are based on biblically sound principles. Fifth, it provides mentoring relationships. I think that's very important. I was a missionary in India before, and one of the things that was very helpful to me was having mentors in my life. 6, it's very practical. If you talk to a lot of our graduates, they will tell you that the program has been very, very pragmatic and applicable to their day-to-day ministry as a missionary or as a person who's doing some cross-cultural work. And finally, it's empowering. Who qualifies to attend the school? There's several qualifications that I listed on the website. However, in reality, those qualifications can really be summed up in 2. 1, you have to be able to convince me that you are called to be a missionary. The training is not meant for everybody. The training is meant for those who has a missionary calling and who are ready to leave, to go to target the unreached people group that God has laid in their heart. The second is you must be endorsed by your spiritual leader or by your pastor. If you have questions about the training, feel free to communicate with me via my email at goequip717@gmail.com, or you may also message me via Go Equip's Facebook page. MTSO is now receiving applications for classes that begins in August 23, 2021. If you are interested, you may apply by going to our website, goequip.org. Once you get there, scroll down and click on Apply Now. Scroll down and fill up the application there and then hit Submit. Once you submit, I should receive that application. I should be able to respond to you. I hope to see you in the classes. God bless you, and may the Lord of the harvest be with you in everything you do.